Great. Let me equip my new boots. Yay. Does my sister want a new birch core? It's actually worse than her mercenary staff. Never mind. Bowden! Bowden? Hello, Bowden Feddick. Hello, how's your...
This is my son, Sandal, who is as brilliant an enchanter as you'll ever find. Say
Excellent.
hello to the nice human, Sandal. Hello.
Hello, Sandal.
We shall be accompanying your expedition and providing the needed supplies. It's all quite exciting, isn't it?
I'm all a tremble. Yeah, I'm all a tremble.
The thought of adventure does make me giddy.
A kindred soul.
Yeah, you were traveling with a Grey Warden for a bit, though, so you got quite the experience now.
Wares, or perhaps make use of Sandal's unique talents.
I don't know if I have things for enchantment, but let's give it a shot.
So.
Enchanting.
Let's see what your son can do.
Sounds exceptional.
Enchantment!
Of course, Sandal. Do we have things for Bianca? No, no runes. Shame. And nothing armor that can be enchanted. Well, that's that then. So that's Bowden. Everybody remembers Bowden. Such a beloved dwarven friend from the first game. We got robes by Jean-Luc. Olaf's armory. Got whose blades? Corval's braids. Hubert's fine goods. Hubert!
Another Ferelden Street rat.
Oh,
Are you here to waste my time?
love
or do
you
you
too.
actually have coin to spend?
Oh, I'm wasting your
Actually,
time.
my coin and I were just leaving.
Hey, I'm having a bad week. There are few Fereldens of means in Kirkwall. Forgive me.
Okay, what do you sell?
Are you an armorer? A weaponsmith?
My stock is varied. What all my wares have in common, however, is quality. Only the best for my distinguished patrons. See for
Which
yourself.
aren't Fereldens. Well, I guess aren't Fereldens usually, to be fair. It's not our fault that all the Fereldens are poor. Well, I can't wear robes. I have my boots. Can't wear those. I was going to put that on the Liar's Charm. Interesting that it does defense. I figured that would be like a charisma buff of some kind. Ooh! Oh, that's right. I forgot I named my character YouTube. Ha! 1 point to spend. Rune of Frost Warding. Alright. You do have some neat things. Hello, Worthy.
You don't seem to like your brother very much.
And here I thought it took blood magic to read minds.
That it does.
I had a twin brother.
Doesn't take much to read a face, though.
He used to nail my braid to the bed while I was sleeping.
Jeez, how did you sleep through the nailing?
Sorry about your brother. You want mine? I got a spare.
Don't worry. That doesn't last forever.
Hawk, long time no see, my friend.
What's up, Fruddy? Fruddy.
Worthy.
Friend buddy.
When did you get back into town?
Fruddy.
Just a month or so ago. Things didn't work out in Orzammar.
Better up here anyway, am I right?
Iron. It was just a year you were with them, right?
Yeah, I'm funding an expedition now.
I'm looking to become an explorer of a sort.
Some money.
Heard. Bartran's hard to take.
Eh?
His information is usually good.
He's got a brother with a crossbow, is very useful.
That's putting it mildly.
That
Tell you
guy.
what, I still have my old contacts. You need some rune crafting done, I can arrange.
Ah, that's...
Take care, Hawk.
Makes sense.
Don't get dead.
I'll do my best. Order runes. I can't. I don't have a lyrium yet. But once I get a lyrium deposit, I'm going to make full use of that. Now, there's still a couple more things to be found here. We've got a couple more conversations we have before we leave Hightown.
I hope serendipity's
Or are we in the Gallows? Oh, we're in Hightown. Okay, I thought so. I don't have this map as memorized as I used to, but it doesn't take long to memorize it because it's the same map all 3 years. Blah!
Sebastian, stop this madness.
Hey, look, a fellow
Chantry
Bobe.
cannot condone revenge, Sebastian.
It is my right, my duty, to show these assassins there is nowhere in the free marches to hide.
This is murder.
Be that as it may.
No. What happened to my family was murder.
Okay. I don't know who Sebastian is. But sounds like there's a new quest on the Chanter's board. Duty. A grave crime was committed against all free-thinking men and women in the Free Marches. The ruling Vale family at Starkhaven, my family, was brutally murdered, down to the youngest babe in arms. This massacre was carried out by members of the Flint Mercenary Company. I hereby offer a bounty on the head of each Flint Company soldier in the Kirkwall vicinity. Okay. Sounds like they're just taking the wrong kinds of jobs. I did mercenary work, and I didn't have to murder entire families. Wait, is there nothing up this way? Yeah, no, I think I want to go down just straight to that. Don't think there's any reason to head up there right now during the day, but we can head up there at night and start killing some things, but we'll get to that. We'll get to what happens at night when it comes to night. Yeah, I know. Shocking. I do actually really like how this game does day-nighttime cycles. No, Hightown is a new one. At the height of the Devinter Imperium's slave trade, Kirkwall's elite proposed beyond dreams of avarice. Okay. Prospered beyond. That makes so much more sense. Hightown was built for the wealthiest slavers, its glitzy mansions rising atop a great wall of rock that borders on one side the waking sea. Lowtown cowered on its other side until Kirkwall's slaves rose to plunder and destroy Hightown's riches. Today, Hightown's prominent buildings are the Keep home to the ruling Viscount, and the Chantry, home to the Grand Cleric, and the city's religious center. Both are converted estates that once housed wealthy magisters, rebuilt and converted after the uprising. Yeah, that's a better use for them. Now, why don't we do the same thing with so much of the art? Well, actually, Hightown doesn't have a lot of repressive art. Wonder fucking why. Because that's where the slavers lived. You don't want to have the architecture around the slavers be oppressive. No, no. You only oppress the slaves.
No, that can't be true. Meredith wouldn't stay.
Ugh. I don't know what you're talking about, but I know Meredith is a pig, so... Not a cop. A pig. There's a difference. She's also losing her mind, but that's a different issue. We have a friend to... Good day. Ooh, Hierarchy of the Circle. Hold on. I like notes. Oh dear. Well, it is no simple matter, safeguarding ordinary men from mages and mages from themselves. Each circle tower must have measures of self-government, for it's ever the Maker's will that men be given the power to take responsibility for their own actions, to sin and fail, as well as to achieve the highest grace and glory on our own strength. Yeah, but when you kneecap them, you can't just lock a bunch of people in a cell and go, now, make a government within that cell. It's very important that you guys have community. You're not allowed to be part of our community, but you guys should have your own community. But don't leave this room. You, who will be tasked with the protection of the circle, must be aware of its workings. The first enchanter is the heart of any tower. He will determine the course his circle will take. He will choose which apprentices may be tested and made full mages, and you will work most closely with him, which we know from the first game as well. Assisting the first enchanter will be the senior enchanters, a small council of the most trusted and experienced magi in the tower, and that is where the failing happened in the previous game. Beneath the council are the enchanters. These are the teachers, mentors of the tower, and mentors, and you must get to know them in order to keep your finger on the pulse of the circle, for the enchanters will always know what is happening among the children. All those who have passed their harrowing, but have not taken apprentices, are mages. This is where most trouble in a circle lies. Well, you'd think. The idleness and inexperience of youth, that is where the most chaos lies, not the worst trouble. The untested apprentices are the most numerous denizens of any tower, but they more often pose threats to themselves due to their lack of training and then to anyone else. So, the children are considered the worst fear because they're the hardest to control, but what you should really be more afraid of is the ones that aren't children anymore, the ones that do know what they're doing and are under control, and have you convinced that they're not a threat. That's the scarier mage, the one that's lying to you, basically. But there's one monster one kind of monster that I know of. There's probably others that really fit this, but I know for a fact there is one monster that all cultures around the world unanimously agree is one of the scariest monsters to exist, and that's one you can't see. Look through every single culture, you'll find a monster that's sole frightening thing about it is that you can't see it. Ghosts, for example, are a big one. And that's because we like to have explanations for the things we can't see, and usually they're monsters. And that's why the scariest monster is one that you don't see coming. It is with pride that I, your Viscount, grant the authority of law and civil enforcement upon the guardsmen of an independent Kirkwall. No more will we defer to the will of foreign troops or draw holy order into tasks unbefitting their mandate. Ah, this is so they're getting rid of the Templars in the army. That's good. These proud men and women will be the people and will enforce the laws we have elected for a civil and ordered society. And should the specter, I don't know why I thought it was spectator, specter of invasion return, the noble guardsmen will conscript from the population, for who better to amass the people's will than the constables of law charged with its inspection? Yeah, that's fine until lawmen become corrupt. As long as there's no corrupt lawmen, as long as there's no pigs, as long as you just have cops and there are no pigs, then ACAB is useless. But so long as you still got pigs, I will be ACAB. This is a great day, fair Kirkwall, and I am honored to appoint the first guard captain. Long may he serve the will of the people. He won't. From Orlesian legacy, how institutions of the oppressors linger. The speeches of Viscount were. You know what? That is a very, very important addition to the end, because I was just talking about how he's a pig, and it was basically, yeah, by the way, he was. A study of the Fifth Blight. Sure. Well, some of my contemporaries dispute whether the Fifth Blight was a true blight or merely a large darkspawn resurgence. Historians agree that it began in the swamps of the Korokari Wilds on the southeastern borders of Ferelden in the year 930. Dragon. King Kaelin... Yes, this was the start of the first game. This was the first game. King Kaelin Theron was swift in responding to the threat, gathering the royal army, even Grey Warden in his county, and every Grey Warden in his country, and sending a call for aid to the Ferelden nobility. The assembled armies laid a trap in the ruins of Osgar, hoping to crush the force before it reached civilization. But they failed. Darkspawn overran the defenders of Ostagar and decimated the king and his army. They continued their advance into Ferelden unopposed. Only 2 Grey Wardens managed to escape the slaughter, and somehow they came into possession of ancient treaties, which compelled the races of men to join arms against the massing horde. There was other survivors. There was all of the betraying factions' troops. Logain. All of Logain's shit. All of them also technically survived Ostagar because they left.
Best place in the city for working. Forged coins.
Huh? Oh, yeah, okay. Good place to find corrupt people. Makes sense. I don't know why everything is remaining highlighted. I feel like I'm supposed to have to, like, look for that, but I'm not going to argue with it. How you doing, Evelyn? That's, Templar Aveline, that's right.
Hello, Hawk.
Oh, good to see you too.
Been a
Missed
while,
ya.
hasn't it?
What? Oh, right. Sorry. It feels like we just talked. I've been keeping an eye on you.
Ha! Horrified.
Information
What's
is
up?
one of the few perks of this job. Watch out for Bartrand. He's a son of a bitch.
That's true. Eavesdrop anything useful?
A person in your position. Seems like they might learn some profitable things.
You know better than to ask that.
No.
One day you'll be
I
frustrated.
know better that
enough
I'm not
go
going to
for
get
it.
an answer.
It's like I'm sitting on my hands. There are dangerous people in this city.
Yeah, some of them
In
are your fellow
fact,
guardsmen.
I might have a job for you. Let me know if you want to do a favor for Kirkwall. Otherwise...
No, but I'll do
I'm
okay
here
if I'll
if
do a
you
favor
need
for
me.
you.
Maker knows I could use more satisfying work.
What's the job?
All right, Aveline. You have something worth doing?
My patrols may be empty walks in the dark, but there's something big coming up, and I could use you. An ambush, probably for a caravan, although I can't find any shipments that match up. Doesn't matter though. Highwaymen waiting for someone to rob. I'm putting a stop to it, my district or not.
Awesome, let's do it.
Evelyn, you've got yourself a partner.
I knew I could count on you. They're hidden up Sundermount, remote.
My
and
issue
rough,
with
but we
cops
can
is
make
when they
good
get
time with
corrupt.
a
This is the
shortcut
opposite of
this
corruption.
side. And no, you can't run off and do it without me. I trust you, but I have to be there.
Okay.
You're acting on behalf of the Guard.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. Let's not be hasty. What's in this door?
I don't think I can do that.
Well, quest completed. A friend of the Guard. Well,
How much longer do I
don't
have
know
to
that.
wait?
being a friend of the Guard, but I have a friend in the Guards. Is there anything at this? Yeah, I don't think I really have to do anything down there. Do I want to check for any more readings? I don't think I do. Do I have time? Oh, we're plenty of time left. Let's go. Alright. Axes. Oh, right. We have to get to the Hangman through Lowtown first. Wasn't I just there? Hold on. Is this not the Chantry up here?
Good day, sir.
I'm gonna walk up here and take a look at the Chantry just so we can get that option. So I feel like this was the Chantry. Hello, friends! Chantry hierarchy. I knew it. The Divine is the titular head of the Chantry. Although since the schism split the Imperial Chantry into its own faction, there are now, in fact, 2 Divines at any one time. One Divine, informally called the White Divine, is a woman housed in the Grand Cathedral in Val-Royer. The other, known as the Black Divine, is a man housed in Argent Spire in Minrathos. Yeah, that'd be the guy that those weird, fucked-up dragon worshippers worshipped as well, or like followed. Neither divine recognizes the existence of the other, and the informal names are considered sacrilegious, no matter the gender. A divine is addressed as most holy. A divine is addressed as most holy or your perfection. Wow. Beneath the rank of the divine is the Grand Cleric. Each Grand Cleric presides over numerous chantries and represents the highest religious authority for their region. They travel to Val-Royer when the College of Clerics convenes, but otherwise remain where they are assigned. All gland clerics are addressed as Your Grace. Beneath the Grand Cleric is the Mother, or in the Imperial Chantry, the Father. If a mother is in charge of a particular chantry, revered is appended to her title. These are the priests responsible for administering to the spiritual well-being of their flock. I am stuttering a lot. Apologies. A mother, or a revered mother, is addressed as Your Reverence. Wow, or almost, maybe not. Brothers and sisters form the rank and file of the Chantry and consist of 3 main groups: affirmed initiates and clerics. Affirmed initiates and clerics. Affirmed are the lay brethren of the Chantry. These regular folk who have turned to the Chantry for succor. Often they are people who have led a difficult or irreligious life and have chosen to go into seclusion, or even orphans and similar unfortunate who were raised into Chantry life. The affirmed take care of the Chantry are in turn afforded a life of quiet contemplation, no questions asked. That's kind. Only those folk who take vows become initiates. These are men and women in training, whether in academic knowledge or in martial skills of a warrior. All initiates receive an academic education, although only those who seek to become Templars learn how to fight in addition. Clerics are the true academics of the Chantry, those men and women who have dedicated themselves to the pursuit of knowledge. They are often found in Chantry archives, sages presiding over libraries of books and arcane knowledge. The most senior of these clerics, placed in charge of such archives, are given the title Elder. Although such a rank is still beneath that of Mother, all other brothers and sisters are addressed simply by noting their title before their name, such as Brother Genitivi. And Brother Genitivi is a very famous writer. This is an inopenable door!
How much longer do I have?
Locking me out of the Chantry, you bastards! What if I wanted to whoop. Spacebar doesn't let me jump, so I can't be jumping that.
Must be terribly busy. I've been waiting most
Also,
of
I
the day.
had no real intention of praying. Well, we might as well head to Lowtown. So we could go out at night, head to the docks to do duty, do some other stuff. We can also head out here to the Wounded Coast and whatnot. Wow, duty's got a lot of locations to go to. Let's head to our new home. And also check out our quest to figure out what duty is, because I thought duty was the ambush, but it seems like we're going to more than one location for that. Which confuses me. Journal. Huh? There's not one here. Oh, I can't move. Okay, I was going to try and click down through all these with my arrow keys. Oh boy, so much nonsense. Oh dear, I'm pretty sure most of these are just item sets that I can go into the our home, and grab. Ah, here we go. Ah, that's why it's premium content. That's why it's duty. It's for Sebastian. Huh, Lowtown looks very different.
Seems like a better life than being a soldier. Oh? My brother was a soldier. It's all about taking land and serving some king you've never met.
That's specifically being a colonizing soldier. There's other kinds of soldiers.
They protect people. They make their lives better.
Soldiers sometimes soldiers too.
Neither would my brother.
Fair. A badly copied leaflet. Take back our streets! Ferelden refugees, Qunari soldiers, who next? To Vinter slavers snatching children out of their beds? This ends now. This is just racism. This is, all the refugees are bad because I say so, and, like, they're different, therefore they are the enemy. Send a message that Kirkwallers will not accept this. We must band together to drive foreign waste from our doorsteps, reclaim the free marches for the marchers. Care about our future? Yeah, it's all standard. It's basically boilerplate racism at this point. Hi, Lady Elegant.
My. If it isn't Hawk.
Yes, my lady. How are you doing?
Lady Elegant, if you don't mind. I'm a married woman now.
I wouldn't want to be wrong about your title.
You were still working for that brutish thug Mirren.
Yep.
Things have been going well since then?
I mean, I'm doing my best.
It isn't always easy, but things are going well enough.
Yeah.
That's wonderful to hear.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear you're married.
The red iron with potions.
Yes.
I'd be willing to extend you the same courtesy if you like. All I ask is you inform me of any interesting reagents you find. In exchange, I'll approach my contacts on your behalf. And of course you'll need the appropriate recipes, such as this one. Free, for old time's sake.
Oh, helpful. Sorry about that. Order potions. I don't have Elfruit. Elfruit will be easier to find than Miriam, that's for sure. Oh, this is merchandise. Ooh. That's still worse. Do you have... Nope. Kirkwall, Lowtown. Lowtown sits in a massive cauldron-shaped pit that was once Kirkwall's first quarry. The district was constructed by slaves who carved the city and its harbor out of the rock. Today, Lowtown is a labyrinth of shanty towns, corridors, and hexagonal courtyards. Hexes in the local parlance. Lowtown's poorest live in caves hewn out of the cliff's face. The district is shoddily built and bears scars caused by collapsing walls. Foundry smoke smothers the air. Only a cold winter storm clears the air. But the icy wind howling over the mouths of old mine shafts hardly counts as relief. Occasionally, these dark town shafts erupt with gouts of foul air, known as choke damp. It's not uncommon to find whole slums silently suffocated, frozen in the midst of everyday activity. The walls of surrounding Lowtown are highest by the harbor. Its busiest street leads up to Hightown, where the wealthiest Kirkwallers perch. When one stands in Lowtown, all one sees, other than rocky walls, is Hightown. It glitters but overhead, always in sight, yet always beyond reach. Yeah, I guess that is right there, huh? Just a little bit beyond. Anyway, beyond that depressing notion. Is that our house right over there? Apparel shop? Ferelden Imports. That's something else. I don't have a reason to go there yet, so I'm just gonna not. Got no quest pointed out. Weaponsmith. Oh, barrel.
Gather round, all. I bring you a priceless treasure from the highest heights of Mount
There's a
Damaris.
guard blocking the sewer.
Travel. A pouch of Andraste's ashes.
No, you don't. No, you don't. As someone who has gone and getting it? No.
Maybe later, darling.
Fair enough. Have a good time. I'm not really looking. Alright, time to go home. Yay, look at our cave hewn from the rock. But I got my dog, who looks so happy to see me. And my chest and my book of bones, I suppose.
Hard to believe they left me nothing.
Well.
Pretty steamed when you ran off with your Ferelden apostate.
Uh-huh.
I'm still their daughter, their eldest.
Uh-huh.
My
Yeah.
children have been in servitude for a year. They should be nobility.
If wishes were poppy, we'd all be dreaming.
This isn't a dream?
You mean this is real? No wonder I can't wake up.
And here I thought
I've been
that
trying so
Ferelden
hard.
you ran off with was a mage, not a jester. Your
Well,
mother
don't
was
worry.
supposed to marry the
This came
Compton
from her
Lord,
side.
and instead she ran off with some Ferelden apostate.
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe
don't
you
get
should
to
ask him if
stay
he'd be
the
willing
favorite
to lay
when you
pipe
do
in
that.
you then, if you're so
Where's
uppity
Father's
about it.
If I could just see for myself.
It's not here, all right? It was read. It went in the vault. No one needed to look at it again.
I'm gonna look.
Take me to the vault.
Can't. It's in the cellar of the estate. Someone else lives there now.
Fix that.
You didn't take your parents' will.
Nope.
It was
Because he wasn't
old
on it.
news. You think I've been sitting here for 25 years
Calling it now.
waiting for Leandra to
I
swing
actually
back?
can't remember if he was fully not on it. I do remember that he's
Perhaps I
lying
could
about
speak
it.
to them.
Like, that's not a big surprise,
Was it
but
the
I can't remember
Reinhardt?
how badly.
No one you know. Get
Yeah, no, he
used
sold
to
it to
Lowtown,
smugglers.
sister. That's where we're going to stay.
That's where you're going to stay, Gamlin, because you're trash. Nothing.
I hate thinking badly of family, but a little slippery when he talked about grandfather's will.
Can you describe a time when Gamlin
If he,
hasn't been seeming
say,
slippery?
invested money that was meant to be mother's, do you think he would tell us?
We need to find that well.
I want what's ours.
Good. I'm glad we agree. Gamlin told me
Ow.
he gave the estate as payment to some slaver who beat him at dice.
Worse than
Apparently,
smuggler.
our
Slavers.
ancestral
Good news,
home
though.
is now
I got no
raised
problem
for
killing
slavers
slavers.
from all over Thedas.
Well, let's go after them.
Good. Then we can break in, and I don't care if we kill them.
Yep.
I already talked to both of them about this. Gamlin said they guard the front entrance well.
Neat. It'll make it easier to hit them.
Mother gave me her old key. She said it should unlock the cellar. Apparently the sewers run right beneath the house.
Alright. Hey, Bethany, why so much... You know, never mind. I'm not going to judge you. You do what you... I'll do me. Examine.
One scrubbing brush. Never used.
Ah, so it's Gamlin's. Great. What's in here?
I think
Cheese.
this is the same cheese that was here a year ago.
Don't eat it.
I can't have Mother living in this hole. We've got to get out of here.
Jesus.
Looks like the dog's trying to tunnel his way out of this hovel. Can't blame him.
Hey, I can order potions. Howdy, doggy.
He wasn't like this in Lothering. I think he misses the open fields.
What's wrong, boy?
City life not agreeing with you.
Don't worry, I'll take you walking every time we go out.
Maybe he'd be happier if we brought him with us more often.
I'd literally every time. Gamlin might miss
But
him.
if he's with us, who'd keep Gamlin's debt collectors away?
Sure as shit not him.
I'm sick of what's-his-name staring and panting.
Gamlin, honestly, a Mabari understands what you say. Try using his name.
What's wrong with dog? Real easy to remember.
You're not incorrect. Noodle. Here we go. Just gonna not address that ever again. Letter from Mirren. Huck! You're a pain in the ass to deal with, but a bloody talented one. If you get sick of being just another unemployed refugee in this shithole, maybe we can grab a drink. If there's an odd jobs my boys can't handle, I'll send them your way. Fuck yeah. Black Emporium. Greetings! You do not know who I am, but I have heard of you. I understand you might need items for my collection, as well as the means to obtain them. I do not extend this invitation to anyone, but you are not simply anyone, are you? You are someone who bought a DLC pack. Shh. Consider this invitation to the Black Emporium, enclosed are directions through the passages underneath this city, as is the charm to enter. If you give the charm to another, its permission will immediately be revoked, and the consequences will be unpleasant. Yeah, that sounds like DLC. Duty! To whomever elects to participate in the charitable deed of assassinating the Val family of Starkhaven. His Most Worthy Highness, Prince Sebastian Vale, has provided instructions for anyone brave and noble enough to attempt eradication of the rabble who dared attack his family. 3 groups of Flint Company mercenaries have been sighted in the Kirkwall vicinity. One group makes camp not far from the elves of the Sundermont mountain range. Oh, there's elves up there. Nice. The second has been seeking information on the docks after nightfall. The third is far from the main road of the Wounded Coast. They are believed to have a small campsite well past any known landmarks. A princely award awaits whoever finds and defeats all these rogues. May the Maker guide you. Chanter Talitha. That was the one talking about how it's murder. There's nothing in storage, right? Great. So, you probably see all the arrows in this room. These are all filled with items. Really strong, powerful items. I don't want to deal with any of that. Oh, there's also the Cardinal Rules of Magic to read. I don't want to deal with any of that, so I'm not going to right now. We're just going to leave and maybe come back to it later. Oh, yeah, we're just going to take everybody. Because there's nothing else to do. Birthright, Black Emporium. I mean, I do have to go to Black Emporium, but first, let's unlock the Hangman as a place we can head to, so we can fast travel there whenever we want to. Making things easier to travel to.
Admirable restraint, Bethany.
So good.
For a mage, you mean?
Yeah.
I could also say for a hawk. But yes, for a mage.
Bethany, I gotta agree with her on that one.
Why aren't you killing someone right now?
She's not a hawk.
Wouldn't, but I can put my sword down.
Believe me, I have tried.
I know. No one's gonna ever try and claim that you didn't. And if they do, I can kill them. But that's the whole showing a lot of restraint for a hawk thing. That's we have to agree with. I think that's what I want. I don't believe I want to go down. I think I want over here. It's very rare that I have to actually go find the hang. Oh, no. We already saw the Hangman. I'm being silly. Hangman's literally right here. It's right there. Hey, I wonder how could we possibly identify where the Hanged Man Tavern is so in case it wasn't clear. Alright. Ooh. Rivian. Nowhere in my travels, not in the heart of the Imperium nor the streets of Orzammar, have I felt so much an outsider as in Rivian. The chant of light never truly reached the ears of these people. The years they spent under the thumb of the Qunari left most of the country's zealous followers of the Khun. But resistance to the chant goes deeper than the Qunari War. The Rivian refuse to be parted from their seers, wise women who are in fact hedge mages, communicating with spirits, and actually allowing themselves to become possessed. The chantry prohibition against such magical practices violates millennia of local tradition. Yeah, that makes sense. Can't exactly show up on some natives and be like, your magic is wrong because we said so. Hi, how about a beverage? Don't worry about my hand movements being nonsensical. I am a human worm baby just like you. Alright, so do we need to head further in or can we just talk to Varric here?
So, here's the thing. We need to find a way into the deep roads.
Yep.
Bartram can lead us to the right place once we're down there, but we need a good entrance.
Do we have a bad entrance?
Any entrance would do, wouldn't it? Well, unless a dragon's sitting in it, I suppose.
We need an entrance that's close to our destination, but isn't already plundered or filled with darkspawn.
Ah, darkspawn. Also a problem.
I received some new information.
Go on.
There's a Grey Warden in the city. If anyone knows how to get down there,
oh, yes. Okay. Warden? Yeah, problem solved.
Sounds like you have it all planned out, Varric.
And that, Messer, is why I'm here.
I mean,
supposedly this Grey Warden came in with some other Ferelden refugees not long ago. A Lowtown woman named Lorene has been helping the Fereldans. We talked to her. Maybe we learn where he is. I'll keep after my contacts.
As a fellow Ferelden, maybe she'll talk to me. Hey, Varric likes me. Awesome. Is there anything in here to grab and or read? My mother used to say, okay. It's ways off. Hello? Hello? Ooh, History of Kirkwall, Chapter 1. It's difficult for many to comprehend today, but there was a time when Kirkwall was believed to be the very edge of the world. It was Emerus then, named after its founder, Magister Emerus Cravan. It was built one outpost on the very fringe of the Tevinter Imperium. There, the Magister's serfs worked the quarries for the jet stone needed for the mighty temples of Minrathos. After a slave rebellion nearly burned the temple to the ground in the great city, it was determined that a center for the slave trade would need to be established well away from the more civilized parts of the Imperium, though this account may be exaggerated, since the notorious Archon Veneris Isar narrowly escaped assassination at the hands of an elven slave at the time. Because the new slave outpost would become wealthy beyond imagination, competition among the prospects reportedly took over 20 years to resolve, resulting in great bloodshed in the frontier well away from the Archon's eyes. Magister took arms against Magister, mostly in the form of small armies of serfs and mercenaries. Over half of the slaves in existence allegedly died in these battles before Emerus was finally chosen, thanks to the marriage of Craven's son to the Archon's daughter. Within the mere decade, the mighty fortress was erected on the cliffs where Kirkwall now stands. Over 1 million slaves passed through its gates before the Imperium eventually fell. An unimaginable number by today's standards. Yeah. The Craven family itself became patrons of the next 3 Archons and was one of the driving forces behind the extension of the Imperial Highway into the Ferelden Valley. A move that would cost them considerable political influence after the resistance of the Almari tribes. During its height, Emerus was a jewel to rival the mightiest of the imperial cities and the greatest center of civilization outside of Tevinter. Awful. But that's the fun of slavery, I suppose. It can... When you decide that people don't matter, and you're willing to just grind their lives into dust for your own personal gain, yeah, you can go real far, but you can't fill the void that you're trying to fill by grinding people away. It's just not going to be doable. It has been asked, what are Maleficarum? How shall we know them? I have been as troubled by this question as you. You have come to me for the wisdom of the Maker. Oh, this is going to be a religious zealotry text. Great! For the wisdom of the Maker, but none have seen the Maker's heart save beloved Andraste. And so I have done as all mortals must, and looked to the words of his prophet for answers. And there I found respite from a troubled mind. For she has said to us, magic exists to serve man, and never to rule over him. Therefore I say to you, they who work magic, which dominates the minds and hearts of others, they have transgressed the Maker's law. That is fine. I agree with this. If you decide to, their reasoning, silly, but I'm not going to fault it for the fact that it comes to the proper, if you're using your magic to dominate the will of others, then you are not good. Period. I don't care about your fucking Jedi mind trick bullshit. That's still evil. Also, Our Lady said to us, those who bring harm without provocation to the least of its children are hated and accursed by the Maker. Also very valid. And so it is made clear to me, as it should be to us all, that magic which fuels itself by harming others, by letting of blood, is hated by the Maker. That's not the takeaway I got, but I can see why you're trying to reach there. Yeah, using someone else's blood for magic, absolutely, but sacrificing your own blood to use magic that will save others seems like the greatest sacrifice you could possibly make, in the exact reverse of what you're preaching. So saying that all letting of blood as magic is hated by the Maker is just absolutely not a hard and fast rule you can set by that statement. You are stretching. Those mages who honor the Maker and keep his laws, we welcome as our brothers and sisters. Okay, I was like, those mages who honor the Maker and keep his laws, get to live, is the way they're actually practicing this, instead of those are the ones we accept as fellow religious zealots. Those who reject the laws of the Maker and the words of his prophet are apostate. They shall be cast out and given no place among us. And again, this would all be fine if they weren't saying cast out from society instead of from just their religion. It's okay to be like, hey, if you don't believe in our religion, you can't be in our religion. Cool. Great. But the moment you're like, you need to die because you don't believe what I believe, no, that's when we're going to have a problem. That's when issues arise, shockingly enough. That's not a door. I can clearly see that door goes... Why even have a door here? Hold on. Can I go through? Ooh, I can't go through this side. This door doesn't make sense. Because the rooms on the other side don't go there. I need to see the other side, but I can't yet. Eventually I'll be allowed in there for something, I'm sure. I got it all figured out. There was no blight. Oh, no. Great, we got blight deniers now. Think about it. Why would it start in Ferelden? A dirty back... Oh! Oh my gosh. His reasoning for why the blight didn't happen is, why would it happen in that place? Everyone there is dirty and poor, where everyone here is awesome. Clearly, if the blight actually happened, it would happen here, where everyone's awesome. It's just racism. It's just boilerplate racism again. Birthright, Black Emporium, Tranquility. Oh. I have mixed feelings about the Tranquil. I do know that some people choose Tranquility and, like, are fine with it, but, like...
Even a little?
Sunshine, I'm a dwarf, in case you missed that detail.
I know for a fact dwarves can die to magic.
Immune to magic, you know.
Is true.
No. I meant there are at least 30 people in this town who'd murder my family over trade deals. Who has time to worry about apostates with a merchant's guild breathing down your neck?
In that case, I see.
Basically, I'm not afraid of the bear because there's rapist men in the streets. Ah, yes. Right, we have to talk to her first.
Will everyone please just step back?
Alright. Yeah, I'll get 50 silvers. I'll do what I can. It's not like I'm spending money right now.
In labor. The baby's come early. Can anyone help her? I'll send word to the healer, but...
If you're seeking aid, leave your name with my girl. We serve everyone here. No one came from Ferelden without trouble. But I can't give priority to anyone who's already found work and lodging.
I'm good. I'm looking for work.
I hear you know where I can find a Ferelden Grey Warden.
Only Ferelden Grey Warden I've heard of is sitting on the throne. We're out of the Blight's path now. Why would you need a warden?
I just need a guide.
The healer was one of them once, wasn't he? A warden?
Well, he's not now. And busy enough without answering
my understanding is you don't really stop being a warden. I won't bother him.
Then I'll only ask very smart questions.
I do not joke, Sirrah.
I do.
You see what our people
Makes
face in
everybody...
Kirkwall.
Yeah, not joking about it, it's only going to make it worse.
Most can barely buy
You gotta try.
This healer, he serves them without thought for coin. He's closed their wounds, delivered their children.
Yes, you are asking...
He needs to hide.
Yeah.
He's a good man. I won't lose him to the blighted Templars.
Well, okay. Is it really such a difficult question to answer? He is an ex-warden, which is a thing that doesn't happen. And he needs to be in hiding, and he's a healer. He's probably a mage. Wardens aren't really beholden to the circle, so he's probably an apostate. I mean him no harm.
Your healer is in no danger from me.
If this mage is an apostate, the Templars will find him. No mage should suffer for an accident of birth.
No one should suffer the accident of birth.
Anders!
Anders!
Certainly been free enough with his services.
It's Anders from the previous DLC. This was in the expansion to Origins. I don't know. He's fun. I like Anders.
Anders will be
mixed feeling. I understand Anders, I guess is the way I should say it. More than like him, because I do like him. I do like him as a character, but like he has his flaws. What everybody has their flaws, and we will address the flaws as we come upon them. This is good equipment. Ooh, sure. Oh yeah, have all that. Great. Nothing more to do in here. I'm actually going to equip the Bethany. You regenerate. And do you do fire damage right now? You're doing cold damage. Is anyone doing fire damage? Probably not, because you all use melee weapons, basically. Mages can turn enemies brittle, which makes the victim more vulnerable to... Well. Wah!
We heard you in there, asking about the healer.
That's me.
We know what happens to mages in this town, and it ain't gonna happen to him.
Look, we're Ferelden's just trying to keep
Bethany,
out of the Templar sight, same as you.
Ferelden? But your clothes. I figured you for a Kirkwaller, sorry. Make her bless the rule of our King Alistair.
Bless Alistair's rule. Alright, that was easy. Sometimes all you gotta do is be honest.
I'm sorry I couldn't get you more information about the circle, Bethany. It's difficult without naming you. Thank you for being discreet. I don't want the Templars at my door.
Yeah, thank you, Evelyn.
No one does. Let them pull out the troublemakers. I just want information.
Yeah.
Right. It sounds like I'm trying to convince myself, doesn't it? I wouldn't have said, but yes.
Probably feels like it, too. Because somewhere... I don't want more letters. Alright, let's just go deal with some stuff. Do we want to go out at night? What do we have for time? You know what? Let's just keep doing what we're doing. Let's head to Darktown and go find us that healer. The effectiveness of a rune depends on the quality of the weapon or armor it is applied to. Save the best runes for the best equipment. Really? Probably. What is that noise? Someone's just like yelling, kind of. Devinter Imperium. We shall read about that, but first, what's this? Hello there, Tom Wise.
Tom Wise?
What you doing, buddy?
Oh, Hawk. I haven't seen you since Mirren hired me for that Red Iron job. Been a while.
Yeah, how you doing?
On some expedition into the deep roads, and right into dark.
I like how everyone knows that I'm going on the expedition when we have not even remotely gotten the money to convince Bertrand that we're going. It's just like, what's that? His brother wants you on the job? Oh yeah, no, you're on. You're set. There's no way in hell you're not doing it. But the guy leading the job doesn't want me. He said flat out he doesn't want me. Yeah, no, that's fine. His brother's smarter. I heard you're going. Yeah, it's a living.
Hard won't make a living in the Undercity.
Just watch your back. That's all I'm saying.
Always, bro.
Say, you still in the market for some poisons?
I mean,
the Red Iron's been scarce, and business has been a little slow.
Surprising.
You find any rare reagents and want me to whip you up something? Just let me know.
I can do that.
In fact, since you're an old friend, here's a recipe. My speciality. Everyone needs an edge sometimes, right?
It's true. Who doesn't love having and grenades? I always gotta remember that there's grenades in that list too.
Ferelden and the guard. What will they think of next?
You have a problem with
That's
that?
also just
Me?
racist.
My family's not native either. I'm just surprised. A lot of old prejudice in the guard.
I'll give them plenty of reason to change their minds.
You know, it's possible they're just scared shitless of you. That's my theory, anyway.
For good reason. And justifiably. I think those are the same thing.
Going to have to do some shopping upstairs pretty soon.
Is this the way to...
People choose to live here? It amazes me.
You gotta use the word choose real fucking loosely. Because, yeah, they choose to live here because they can't live in Lowtown. Like, we chose to live in Lowtown. We don't want to be living in Lowtown, but we can't be living in Hightown because they won't let us. These people won't be let into Lowtown. It's not a choice. They don't have a choice. It's a lack of choice. It's the same with being homeless IRL. Darktown was once a mine controlled by the Tevinter Imperium. Once exhausted, the mine shafts were extended under the city to dispose of sewage from Kirkwall's overcrowded population of slaves. Unsurprisingly, the tunnel became a refuge for those fleeing captivity. A similar trend continues today. The Undercity, as some call it, is home to the diseased, the insane, to criminals, and even the dead. Unwanted corpses are often discarded here by murderers and lazy undertakers. Darktown's slums makes Lowtown look pleasant in comparison. The foul miasma known as choke damp clogs and swells in every corner of the Darktown, creating a poisonous mist. Its sewers are a dangerous place. The walls are damp, slick, and coated with phosphorant lichen. The sewer is a maze, and one foolish enough to enter is not likely to be heard from again. Guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna both enter the sewers and be heard from again. Because we're awesome. Also, there is the way to our house. Well, our old house. What? Why did I pull a bow? Hi there. Just doing some quick healing magic, I see. Good. Is that the woman? How did she get here before me? Also, that can't be the woman, because her complaint was my mother just went into labor, wasn't it? I think it was my mother just went into labor and her waters broke, she needs help.
I have made this place a sanctum of healing and salvation. Why do you threaten it?
In what way I'm just here for information.
I want to know about the deep roads.
Did the warden send you to bring me back?
Why would
I'm
they?
not going. Those bastards made me get rid of my cat.
What?
Poor Sir Pouncelot.
There's no way in hell I would have done that.
He hated the deep roads.
Yeah. I want your help.
I'm part of an expedition into the deep roads. Any information you have could save people's lives.
I will die a happy man if I never think about the blighted deep roads again. You can't imagine what I've come through to get here. I'm not interested in...
I don't...
Although, a favor for a favor. Does that sound like a fair deal?
Depends on the favor, really. What's
the
favor?
Let's be more specific. I don't do anything involving children or animals.
Unless it's a really douchey animal.
I have a map of the depths in this area, but there's a price. I came to Kirkwall to aid a friend, a mage, a prisoner in the wretched gallows. The Templars learned of my plans to free him. Help me bring him safely past them, and you shall have your maps.
What do the Templars know of your plans?
I don't know. I had been exchanging notes with Carl through a maidservant in the gallows. Then the letters stopped coming.
Okay. Yeah. Help me. Yeah.
You want to make your friend an apostate?
That's such a weighted term. Yes, Andraste said magic should serve man, not rule him. But I've yet to find a mage who wants to rule anything.
I have, but that's also
no
fair.
Will of the Maker for mages to live as free as other men.
Forcing mages into servitude is not the way to prevent the rise of another Imperium.
That's not usually the response I get. Perhaps we will work together better than I expected.
Yeah, I'm gonna help.
Convince me. What's your plan?
I welcome your aid. I have already sent word for Carl to meet me in the Chantry tonight. Join us there, and we'll ensure that no matter who is with him, we all walk away free.
Well... we'll see. The Threnhold family assumed its foreboding control of the city in the very onset of the Dragon Age, less than a week after Merrick Theron retook the Ferelden throne from Orlais. Since this was followed by a civil war in Antiva, the much-maligned Three Queens era, and a coup in the Tevinter Imperium, many thought that the Dragon Age would bring devastating change. Perhaps this was a hasty estimate, but it was true for Kirkwall. Viscount Chivalry Therenhold was a vicious thug who took power through a campaign of intimidation, and his son Perrin, who succeeded him in 914 Dragon, was even worse. Taxes were crippling, and Perrin Therenhold used the ancient chains extending from the Twins, standing at the Kirkwall's harbor, unused since the new Exalted marches, to block sea traffic and charge exorbitant fees from Orlesian ships. The Empire threatened invasion following the closure of the Waking Sea Passage, and for the first time, the Chantry used the Templars to pressure the Viscount. Till that point, the Templars had done nothing to counter the Therenholds, even though, as the largest armed force in Kirkwall, they could have. Knight Commander Galen's only written comment was in a letter to Divine Beatrix III. It is not our place to interfere in political affairs. We are here to safeguard the city against magic, not against itself. Inaction is itself inaction. You are wrong. The Divine, as a friend to the Emperor, clearly had other ideas. In response, Viscount Perrin hired a mercenary army, forcing a showdown with the Templars. They stormed the gallows and hung Knight Commander Gaelian, igniting a series of battles that ended with Perrin's arrest and the last of his family rule. The Templars were hailed as heroes, and even though they wished to remain out of Kirkwall's affairs, it was now forced upon them. Knight Commander Meredith appointed Lord Marlowe Dumar as the new Viscount in 921 Dragon, and she has remained influential in the city's rule ever since. She named the person in charge. That's an issue. That's such a conflict of interest. Like, yeah, he can't stay out of it as much as he wanted to, and that is why he got the punishment he got, but Meredith is overcorrecting. There needs to be a gray area. Alright, let's start killing people. Time to kill some slavers. Hi there. I'm just gonna throw a bomb at you, I suppose. Bam. Where the hell's my team? Oh, my dog's not here. Summon dog. Excellent. Good dog, good. Yeah, take money. What else we got in here? Ooh, a barrel. Give barrel? Barrel. Excellent. There was something in there. What was that? Boots. Ah, it was the heavy shield. Yet another thing that I will not be able to use. Gonna head this way first because it's the longest way around to where we need to go. Hello? Hi there! Sit still for me. What? Sit still for me, will you? Man, sis, you're so good at this burning people thing. Shoot him. Bam. Uh-oh, my dog is apparently hurt. Luckily, he's also immortal. I think I could open that for a second. Hello? What do we have for time? We're almost done this episode. Torn Slave Invoice. Portrait of Mother. Excellent. New quest. Portrait of the Past. I'm very sure that's just giving that gift to Mother. Hey, the ML family.
Mother described it, but this is the first time I've seen it.
That's also the logo. Soon. It's truly sad what happened to the Amels, isn't it? I still remember grandmother talking about the balls that Lord Astrid used to hold in their estate, and the Antivian violin players and dancers from Afsana. No expense was spared, and no one dared miss it, lest someone think they weren't worthy of an invitation. And then the poor Revka had the child. Magical talent, running in one of Kirkwall's most prominent families. The Templars had considered Lord Astrid to be Viscount after Therenhold's arrest. Can you imagine the scandal had he been chosen? They whisked the child away to the Circle, and the Amels simply had no luck after that. Leandra ran off with a Ferelden mage, and then Demonian was accused of smuggling. Poor Lord Faustin almost bankrupted his family trying to get the charges dropped. But I hear Viscount Marlowe simply wanted the MLs out of the picture. And it worked too, didn't it? By the time Lord Faustin got sick, there was only young Gamlin left and a mountain of debt. I spoke to Dulcie just the other day, and apparently Gamlin is now living in some low-town shack. Sounds like the sort of character you'd cross the street to avoid. And let's not even talk about the estate. Mother says we should remember the Amels because that sort of thing could happen to any of us. You know the old saying, a marcher's fortune rises and falls with the tide. If you ask me, this is just another misfortune that magic brings to honest folk. In Dross, I help that poor family, whatever lies in store for them. Lady Amel de Montfort, don't like you at all. You are prejudiced and up your own ass. It is good to remember that that could happen to you at any moment, but the reasoning is absolutely not that because magic is bad. You big dumb. There was a spider web. Haha! Owie! Bomb time. Everybody gets stable. I do like the animations for this game were very well done, I have to admit. The combat animations. Alright. Anything else to loot in here? None of the bodies have anything worth picking up. Rude. Whoa! Well, hey, chapter 2. I was wondering when I was going to run into you. Get fucked. Well. You know what? Let's get stunned. There's really no point. Ha! Perfect. Alright. Let's grab the sack. Great. And then the other sack. Great. And let's read chapter 2 of the History of Kirkwall. As the Imperium's borders slowly receded after the devastation of the First Blight and the subsequent barbarian invasion, many outposts in the area, known today as the Free Marches, were cut off from centers of power. Numerous warlords tried consolidating the region into a single kingdom, but resistance prevailed. Emerus held out for almost a century until it fell to a slave revolt in 25 Ancient. It was not the first such revolt Emerus suffered, but it was the last. It started, well, so far. It started when an Almari slave named Radun began earning popularity and power by pushing for better conditions. Radun's growing influence prevented the magisters from touching him, but eventually they had him poisoned. Furious, a group of Radun's supporters stormed the gallows and were massacred, and so began a bloody, year-long rebellion. The city burned, and a wealthy high town was sacked. The magisters hung before cheering crowds. Emerus assumed the new name of Kirkwall, Kirk meaning black. After its jetstone cliffs, the new city plunged into anarchy for over a decade, and its defenses fell into ruin. Kirkwall has been conquered many times since, the city's own independence suffering since the freeing of its slaves. Well, that's the thing with having everyone being completely independent, is some people can't handle that. It's just the unfortunate truth of it. Some people can't handle being independent.
I don't like the looks of this.
Kind of. Well, we found the master slaver, I guess. And boom. I don't think they expected me to disarm the trap. Whoa! Varric, you have a friend, I see. Is that mage dead yet? Nope. Ow. You're hurting Noodle, you bastard. Oh. Ooh, History of the Circle. Oh, he's over there now. That's where that fucker went. Oh, he teleported again. Hi there. Don't you be healing. Boom. Excellent. Master Slaver has the Vault Key and an Imperium something. History of the Circle. We already know most of this. It is a truth universally acknowledged that nothing is more successful at inspiring a person to mischief as being told not to do something. Unfortunately, the Chantry of the Divine Age had some trouble with obvious truths, although it did not outlaw magic, quite the contrary, as the Chantry relied upon magic to kindle the internal flame which burns in every brazier and every chantry. It relegated mages to lighting candles and lamps, and perhaps occasionally dusting of rafters and eaves. I will give my readers a moment to contemplate how well such a role satisfied the mages of the time. It surprised absolutely no one when the mages of Valroye in protest snuffed the sacred flames of the cathedral and barricaded themselves inside the choir loft. No one, that is, but divine Ambrosia II, who was outraged and attempted to order an exalted march upon her own cathedral. Even her most devout Templars discouraged that idea. For 21 days, the fires remained unlit while negotiations were conducted, legend tells us, by shouting back and forth from the loft. The mages went cheerily into exile in a remote fortress outside of the capital, where they would be kept under the watchful eye of the Templars, and a council of their own elder magi, outside of a normal society and outside of the Chantry. The mages would form their own closed society, the Circle, separated for the first time in human history. Yes, so that way it's easier to make mages as being the boogeyman by having them only be where you can hold and control the boogeyman that you make everyone afraid of. Yeah, I can't see how that could possibly go wrong. I definitely thought I saw something yellow pop up here as if there was another pickup. There's nothing back there. Aha! There is this. More house. Another Mask of the Imperium as well. You know what I'm probably not going to wear? A Mask of the Imperium. Oh, we just thought we were...
Everything we want to know about our family is inside.
Well... as well as some other things.
This is it! Grandfather's will. Mother needs to see this as soon as possible.
Let's go.
We'll take it to her right now.
Yo. Oh, sorry about the yawn.
So I'm just saying, blood's blood and all, but you are taking advantage of my hospitality. It's only fair if you make something of a monthly contribution.
You're asking her to pay rent.
You sold my children into servitude. Mm-hmm. Now you're asking me to pay rent?
Maybe just put something towards food.
You should be paying us, Uncle. We found the will.
He forgave you, Mother. Grandfather left you everything.
Mm-hmm.
Here, read it.
I should maybe...
To my daughter Leandra, and all children born of her.
I was right. You did get nothing.
And all associated revenues.
Keep reading.
Check out the part where Gamlin is left only a stipend, to be controlled by you.
Sorry,
Gamlin,
it's so much worse.
You're the one who ran away, Leandra. What happened to love is so much more important than money.
It is. Love's dead.
You didn't even come home for the funeral.
Because I was
Twins
busy.
were a week old.
We all have our burdens.
Oh, you're right. I'm so sorry. You're right. We should have moved the week-old twins because that burden is definitely equal to you not being loved by your father. Good job. You owe us.
You'll spend the rest of your life paying my mother back for what you stole.
Andraste's ass, I will.
All right. Well, we can make it a real short life if you'd like.
It's enough to know Mother and Father didn't die angry. I'll petition the Viscount for rights to reclaim the estate. Make her willing, you'll have your house back within weeks.
You don't have the coin or standing to even get an audience with the Viscount. You've got to be someone in this city to live in that house again.
Then I had better get started.
Yeah, it doesn't take her long to fix that. It's because Gamlin is useless and doesn't know how to do fucking anything despite living here his entire life. Bethany, you want the picture of Mother.
Why don't you go pick up something at the market? You could use some air.
Mm-hmm.
What? Hey!
Get out.
I can't believe Gamlin
Jesus,
stole Mother's entire
got some skeletal
inheritance.
fingers.
I mean, I can believe it. That's the worst part.
I could never turn against my own sister like that.
Don't compare yourself to him.
You're a better person than gambling could ever be.
Well,
hopefully we'll be
people
out
are
of here
people.
soon. You know, when we went to look for that will, I thought we were doing it for Mother, for what she lost. I didn't realize how much it would mean to me. To know I had grandparents who didn't hate me.
Yes, hello, Winnie. One moment. I know how you feel. They just didn't know you. Honestly, I'm on the line, but yeah, this is the honest answer for me.
Sound like stuck-up pigs. Who cares what they thought? They're our family.
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything. They still weren't there.
The last blight.
So.
Aren't you a little curious?
Ancient people refusing to change for that long? Nah, I'm good.
Being here, you know?
That part I'll give you.
We're not running away again. We're coming home. What do you mean, running away again? Did you think I don't know? How often we had to move because the Templars were coming. I know how much you all sacrificed to protect me. But we're at the end of the line now. There's nowhere left to run. And there's something almost comforting in that.
She's given up. I mean, I don't need to ask why we avoid the circle, but it sounds like she's not convinced she should. That's depression. Believing she needs to sack. Like, I'm fairly certain what I'm hearing here is, you guys have done so much for me, so I need to be out of your lives so that it's easier for you to continue. We're home.
We're going to make this our home, Bethany. I promise you.
We'll keep you safe from the Templars.
Sister. I'm so very tired of running.
You are not joining the circle. There's safer places for you. Alright. Well, there's still one more conversation with Bethany, and then we'll end the episode.
I think this is a picture of Mother. She looks like you. Where did you get that? Was it at the estate? Let me see.
You were right there with me. Don't know why I didn't give you then.
I think this is Mother's betrothal portrait from when she was supposed to marry the Comte. Look. You can see the ring.
Wow. Wonder why she left it. No wonder she left it behind. Father was a better man. You seem excited.
Do you like it? I love it.
That's more important than the other things.
My whole life, Mother's always been so sad and worried. All because of my cursed magic.
That's not all she's been.
I always wish there was some way to take that burden off her.
Fixated on the wrong things.
Reminder of a time when she still knew how to smile.
That's implying that you are the reason she can't smile, when in fact she does smile and has happy memories, and you're fixating on the wrong things. Just a lot of self-reflection there. Anyway, that's the end of this episode of Dragon Age 2. In the next episode, we're going to go nowhere. We have a letter. The Bone Pit and Bait and Switch. We'll read about that one in the next episode. As soon as I stop inhaling saliva, because my lungs don't like that. In the next episode, we're going to read these letters and start doing more stuff. The next episode is probably going to be a little bit more thing. No, it's probably going to be the same thing. We're just going to do the same stuff. We're going to keep running around. We might have more outside the city, but I doubt it. I want to try and finish stuff in the city before I go out and about. It's usually my go-to. So we're going to do that in the next episode. For now, you guys have yourselves a wonderful night.